So it's always exciting to be the first. And I'm honored to have the slot to be first. And it's pretty much what I do kind of like in my whole life and in BeeX as well. Over here in this picture behind me, you see BeeX executing on one of the first autonomous underwater inspections for offshore wind. This is a keynote project by one of the largest wind farm operators around the world. But first, why do we even need autonomous inspections in the first place? Current methods of carrying out underwater inspections are extremely resource intensive. This picture that you see over here, the boat might look pretty small, but in reality, it's about 300 meters in length. The cost of implementation is extremely high because you are sending 20 to 60 people offshore on this boat to carry out the work. The CO2 emissions of one vessel alone is already more than 1,500 cars, and that's just from one vessel alone. All these leads up to the cost. But since the world has always been doing this underwater exploration from like very long ago, why is it that now is the best time to go into the market? What we see in the industry is that you have two types of solutions for both ends of the spectrum. When you are very near shore, your cost of carrying out inspections tend to be pretty low. Your expectation of carrying out the work is also low. On the other end of the spectrum, you have infrastructure that are 100 to 300 kilometers offshore, high-risk assets, and your expectations become very high. These assets tend to require large vessels to serve them. What we see, however, is a bigger and bigger need for underwater data, especially at scale. And this market gap that we are talking about is happening due to climate change. Due to climate change, we are seeing the world transition in terms of the energy sources that we use. We are now moving towards the offshore renewables that have infrastructure 10 to 50 times denser than before. 40% of our cities are on coastal infrastructure that is also aging over time. They cannot afford to do things the same way. BeeX comes in to use our hardware as a key enabler at the beginning. Our autonomous vehicle, as what you see over there in Germany, is able to help asset owners break free from the traditional limits. Our vehicles, honed with years of data, is able to help asset owners achieve more than 50% of cost saving without supporting vessels, reduce the number of operating personnel required to carry out the jobs, and achieve at least 95% reduction in CO2 operationally. We realized in our journey that you can't just have the hardware at the beginning. Our customers require a fully integrated solution to look at what is changing to their asset. BeeX offers exactly that, starting with our hardware, then carrying out the assessment, and finally using advanced AI techniques to help them detect changes to their infrastructure and reporting what are the changes over time. This cloud reporting portal is able to help them collaborate across multiple stakeholders, managing projects that involve multiple stakeholders. We have the right foundational blocks to dominate this underwater market. With 12 years of underwater inspection data, this is a key ingredient to allow you to scale autonomous solutions in robust environments. Our vehicles have to work in the harsh currents and also high waves, and we have iterated over 25 times to achieve our models today. Our team is quite small, but we have 5 vehicles operational across 3 continents. And today we are serving 16 clients across different infrastructure and energy projects. This is the time that you clap because we just closed a November round of $2 million to address demand from the offshore renewable sector. At the start of my presentation, I was like, oh my God, I'm the first, and it's always scary to be the first. But when being the first actually helps you create an outsized impact, I think that is super important. So I encourage all of you to join us on this journey, introduce us to asset owners who need to redefine their way of doing inspections so that we can create a sustainable world moving forward. Thank you.